Yeah, boys, it's the Lunch Month Show, and we having a good time over here. So, in the next 1 hour, you're gonna be with me, and we strongly gonna be having a good time because, with me, it's always a good time. So, in the meantime, let's get going.
Relax Radio.
Let's get going, and have a good time with me for the next 1 hour. We're going to be talking about everything and everything. And since you're on screen, since I'm on screen, you can see me, so you can reach out and we kick it off and see how we can get on for the rest of the hour. It's Andrew, Relux Radio, Monday to Friday, and come and have a good time with me.
Online, on the iOS and Android, on your mobile phones, Bengali's biggest conversation around the globe. This is Relax Radio.
आओ सब मिले কাজটা ছেড়ে রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি आओ সব মিলে কাজটা ছেড়ে রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে প্রতিদিন শোনা যায় বাংলার প্রতিধ্বনি রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি
Yeah. We're gonna be together for the next 1 hour, so we might as well make it a good time. And you're gonna be hanging out with Andrew, and this is Relax Radio. Um, for those that are joining us for the first time, the setup is from Bangladesh, and we are here in these studios in Bangladesh, and with this situation, the radio station is in London, East London, and we are available on the app, Android or iOS. So we live right now on StreamYard or people's Facebooks on live on our Facebook page, and we're open for engagement. So anybody out there who's got an opinion on what's being said, you can just uh, uh get to the comment section and say your points. We know you guys can be Twitter gangsters and keyboard masters and all that. So we're open to hear some of that and um, your opinions on everything and anything. So we're gonna be here for the next hour till 2 o'clock. It's the lunch month show, and every Monday to Friday we live, and we actually live on the app right now. So if you download the app or download on iOS and on Android, and you know we can have a good time together on the app. And the sun is out, and everybody wants to be out there somewhere. And if you're in your car somewhere, you're driving towards the beach or something, it's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday, but I'm sure you're probably at school, or for those that have access to their computer, uh, doing while doing work, you can access us and enjoying and joining the conversation. And don't be stressed out here. We are relaxed, and don't look at the gray hairs, the wisdom. Yeah, it's a new setup because we've decided to reach out to as many people as possible instead of just being on the radio. It's also access to make use of the web and get to be with people at at a point where you can see me. I can read your comments, and I can air them out, and we can continue to have fun together for the next 1 hour. So if ever you wish to make a point of what I've said, or you know, um, just quickly jump into the comment section and reach out and say, "Oh yeah, this is what I think. I think you're lying because this and that." Have you ever realized how people get violent in the comment section, just being involved, and you be thinking, this guy must be an encyclopedia. How did you know this? How did you get to a point where you're actually saying things that you're saying things that are seemingly a quote, but it's just out of your word? From nowhere, you're saying what you're saying. It's crazy, but that's how life has become, and this is life as we know it now. Because now it's we're living in a world of information, and the information that we have and share is really vital. So this is the space where we actually come in and share whatever information we have, so that you know life goes on. So if you do not have information, you are trailing behind, because everybody is looking for the next solution to this and that. And there's no more pity parties around here. Everybody is out here looking for information so as to get by, because uh, currency is ideas, and the stronger ideas you have, the stronger the currency is. And the more information you have, the more direction you are supposedly going to be going for, more options as well. And doing all these things, uh, you need to be prepared, and in preparation you need to be well versed with whatever you're doing, and all sorts. So going forward, we are here to be talking and be engaging, and seeing how we can overcome these problems that we have, instead of creating petty parties and complaining, and you know people be out there, yeah, 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 yeah. So no, 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 quit that. Let's just get on with life, and let's look for solutions, and that's how things go. And it's a good time of the day, and we always have fun over here. We educate each other, we entertain each other, and we share a few jokes, and you know it's gonna good a good 50 minutes to so, just with me, your boy Andrew. Relax Radio, we're here, we're relaxed, having a good time. So yeah, that's how things are going to go by. But for now, it's sunny outside. I mean, I'm feeling to go to Spain or Portugal. For us over here in London, it's a bit hot, but the England weather is not quite what we want it to be. But we end up doing what we have to do. And it's sad for those that live in the actual city, because the high rises are blocking the sun for you, and the next thing you're um just there in the lifts, and you're watching TV or Netflix, and you can't even come out. But what can you do? It's life as we know it. Supposedly, that's where the money. It's like there's the debate between you stay in London, and you pay the extraordinary bills. And do you know what? To be honest with you, London is cool, and the bills are the same nationwide. The only difference is the rent, and because our properties have got value. So y'all not that don't live around London should not be talking that talk, because the difference of rent is probably about, maybe say, £400 or something. So with that, we can easily divert that £400 into a night out, or say a few other things. And sometimes you don't realize how you spent some money without realizing. I mean, you think you've got money like that, but then you later realize that, do you know what? I spent this money on some, silly stuff, and there's little much you can do. But that's what comes with it. So it's just need to be mindful on how we do things, and how we spend money. I mean, There's a need for us to be taught financial discipline. There's a need for us to be disciplined, actually, to be disciplined in the sense of let's know how to spend money, let's not be emotional spenders, you know, emotional spenders where you find yourself buying something because you feel good, or buying, it's you can only do it when you get rich. But today I'm feeling good, I'm dressed good, and everything nice. Yeah, just so you know, me being here is a good thing. So I just want to shout out to House of Africa. They're the ones that paid me, so they asked me to shout them out, and I'm here shouting them out. They're a wonderful organization that's doing good for the minority people over in England, and they've got few projects going on. If you want to see what they do, who they are, and just download, go on the website is www.houseofafrica.org, and check what they're doing. They sponsored me on this show to be Andrew as you see me. So all this that I'm dressed in is the organization. So I mean, the new jeans that I picked up from Primark, uh, my socks, I told them that, hey, listen, if you want me to shout you out, work with me. They said, no, do you know what? It's not a problem. We're going to hook you up. So I said, ongoing, we're going to look after you. I'm going to look after them. So I'm going to be shouting them out as long as they look after me. But yeah, it's some of those things that, we have a good time. We look after each other. Be your brother's keeper because times are hard. Cost of living is terrible. It's not sweet, but it's much improved. So you need to face the challenges as we go. I mean, it's normal that you know people live through hard times where you're on level one. Back in the days when you just used to hustle for that McDonald. No, wait, we used to look for that £2 just to go and get some chicken and chips. And then things changed. You grew up, and you do things different now. You're now out there looking for money to go to Nando's, and you grow up and things different. Now you're looking for money for cocktail deals. You know what I mean? And it's with each level we are faced with different challenges in life. So um, it's idea that we brace ourselves to changes and be able to adapt to new ways of doing things, and discard fear of being in a new position and say, do you know what? I don't think I'll make it. I'm just gonna, this is the end of things, and I'm just gonna give up. And never give up. The time you give up could be the last day, last stop, second last stop to um, the next thing, you know, and then you give up. And it's crazy of how people actually give up life in terms of suicide. It's like, how do you end up thinking that this is the end of it when you've left life, as it is? I mean, it's a good time. The sun is out, and so for you to find yourself actually in a position that you say, do you know what? This is not what living. Let me go. You know, it ain't sweet, but we these life is about challenges. We need to be involved into the whole facing these challenges, because um you know it's supposed to be like that. I mean, Eve ate the apple. Eve ate the apple. This is what we have to face now. I mean, if she didn't eat the apple, everything was gonna be nice. We were working around naked, and you were seeing each other with the dangalangs, and little situations there. Imagine if it was back in the Garden of Eden. You know, let's continue this discussion after the break. Oh man. Yeah, man. It's a good time over here, Relax Radio.
Through the eyes of the megaminds of our time. The diagnosis. A pro analysis. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Relax Radio.
Yep. I'm back, and yeah, I was just saying how if we was back in the Garden of Eden without all these challenges, I mean, um we'd be having a good time. Imagine walking around butt naked out there in the streets. But how would people come together and think the way we think now? And how would we come to a point? I mean, it's it's rumored, it's we are these sort of assumptions that the Garden of Eden could have been in Turkey. I mean, in Turkey there's snow. I mean, if you go up it gets cold. So I mean, at some point we was gonna get cold, and at some point we was gonna get warm. So I mean, it's influenced actually how things have become like over the years. I mean, from them times, Jesus times, and to the times now that we dressed up, and people in Africa are wearing less than the people in Europe because of the coldness and all that. And you know but then you know people in Africa were less, and then because it's hot, there's no point in actually going all out and fur coat and boots and thermal heat and thermal tights and jeans and all that. So we probably would have been influenced to just maybe dress up or something. But but let's just go to Garden of Eden for a minute and think to ourselves, you know, what was the apple? Was the apple the literal apple, or was it something that was forbidden? Because if um it was something that, what's the translation? Does anybody have an idea of a translation of what the apple could have been? And what would you think it was? I mean, the cake with no name. Oh, oh. All right, all right. Well, let's talk after this. You want to be famous? Well, you know, we would appreciate people come and follow us and all that. It would be really nice, and you would really appreciate you people engaging. And it's a good thing. People come in, have a good time with us. It's well and fine, and everything nice over here because we just try to keep it nice. And we're building what we're building our prime views and those the primes and views and more views. All right, okay, okay, yes. So I was still saying, um you know it was the apple. It was the forbidden apple. So why don't we all stop eating apples, since Eve did not ate the forbidden fruit, and now we call it the apple? Because I mean, some people, Christian people, don't eat pork because it was said to have been, uh, you know, demons and stuff. So maybe we should start not eating apples, you know. And we don't care if um if if it says an apple a day keeps the doctor away. No, let's just all be Christians and take ourselves back to the Garden of Eden and not eat apples, you know, because it's the forbidden fruit, you know. It's the more apples you eat, like they, mess things up, and we're not, loving any of that because life right now is hard, because of a stupid apple, you know. So maybe let's boycott apples and not eat any of these. I mean, there was who was the 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 fairy tale, the princess that ate an apple, and and some funny story like that. But yeah, I mean, we need to be critical about these things that we hear in terms of how they are said, and what it was meant to, um, you know, what was meant to be at the time, because its relevance maybe was then, but not now. And maybe people took things as, and in the discussion of the pigs, it's those pigs that went into the are the ones that had demons, not all the pigs, you see. And then it's then further on, it said what the pigs eat dirt. They digest. I mean, we eat every other thing, and you know, and but it's open discussion, open season. Maybe you could bring something that I don't know, and then I may be preaching something that's not true. So it's reach out and say what you know and what you think is supposed to be. I mean, these are the discussions you have at your tea breaks, and so you probably heard something from somebody saying something, and bring that to the table, and we chew it a bit and then put people in their place. But yeah, it's one of those things that we hear. But anyway, in other news, did you see uh, the security guard that boxed the guy that the guy who was trying to be funny at the Wembley place, and he was just there trying to be a big man. He was trying to be a big man, and he rolled up and he was, hey, 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 and then he tried it on the bouncer by the door, and the bouncer put him in his place. And just one, and he landed on the floor, and such things. You leave home saying, "I'm going to go out and have a good time," and then you get to a place where you're having a good time, and you discover that um, things ain't quite what it looks, and then next thing you know, you're not having it because you're in an emotional state where you're thinking, "I've left home a good 30 minutes ago, and let's say maybe an hour, and I've got to this place, and having got to this place, these guys are saying, no, you can't get in." Like, it tampers with people's emotions, and people, I mean, people are going through a lot of things going there's a lot of things going on, but people ain't sharing. And sometimes people are vocal and confrontational about things. So people are dealing with a lot of things that I have in their heads. So it's a challenge for many when it comes to dealing with situations. And then you tell them something that's really disappointing. What happens? You act tough. I mean, everybody wants to act tough, but sometimes you meet the wrong guy and they put you in your place. I mean, he landed on the floor, and is that what you want for yourself? You know, after sometimes like I always say, I'm sure you've had me sometimes say, um, if you find yourself having to punch somebody or someone getting physical, it's at the point where you're saying, you know what, I can no longer think. And when you can no longer think, just shut down and move off, because you never know. And sometimes you might find the wrong guy and you think you've got it. And next thing you know, you're on the floor like this gentleman. you know, it's hard out here. People are frustrated, so the tempers are already high. So we need to, try to relax and like you were here on Relax Radio, have a good time with us, and we have a good time with you. You know, it's crazy. And times are hard, for people to be trying to be rational with other people. People are emotional these days. I'm thinking, uh I've diverted money, the money that I thought I was going to use to pay my um kids lunch money. I've decided, you know what, let me go drink this money. And then, so I decided I'm going to just go into an off license. I'm gonna go in an off license, and I'm just gonna pick up something nice and dilute it, and then I'll make my way to the place. And when you get that notification that you've spent maybe say 15 pounds, and and it just gets to you, like, oh, okay, fine. I'm just gonna. Then you can't go in. It's like, I've used 15 pounds of my kids' lunch money, and you don't want me to go in. you know, when you make decisions and say, you know what, I'm just going to use these 10 pounds instead of putting fuel. I'm just going to use 10 pounds and drink a bit. Get me a bottle of something, and I'm going to drink it on my way to the club so that I don't have to drink expensive shit when I go. Sips when I go in, and I'm so I'm avoiding buying more sips in the club. So I'm buying something to keep me going, to get me in a state when I get there. But then I can't go in. And then what's worse is get a punch and I land on the floor. It's crazy, man. It's that's the London, yeah. The London that everybody talks about. It's London is the big city where we got the Big Ben, we got the big wheel, and we got the big boss at 10 Downing Street. It's the Boris Johnson. You know, I like that guy, man. He's a good guy. He decides, you know what? Everybody coming here looking for a refugee status, we're gonna send them to Rwanda. Yeah. How does that work out though? Going to Rwanda, and imagine coming from all the way, say, what's the Rwanda's neighboring country? I mean, let's say you're coming from Ethiopia and you're seeking refugee in the UK, and then they said, you know what? If you come in to seek refugee over here, we're gonna send you to Rwanda. And then you're gonna go back to where to almost where you come from. So is I don't know how that works, but this was supposed to the first flight was supposed to go yesterday, and I mean, the whole time these guys thought this was gonna work. How was it gonna work? Send them to Rwanda, and they seek asylum from there, and then they were saying, I got to understand this. It's I didn't initially understand it, but with time, I got to understand it that these guys were saying, what we need you to do is to go to Rwanda and seek asylum there. How? How? Because they were saying, go there, seek asylum there. We'll get back to you. So it was not a case. It doesn't make sense for them to say, go to Rwanda, seek asylum, and then we're going to bring you back after we say, yes, you could come and stay with us. But, that's some of what happens. But, things happen. So, but in the meantime, let's go on an advert, and then we're back in a minute. Bang, bang.
Through the eyes of the megaminds of our time. The Diagnosis. A Pro Analysis. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Relax Radio.
There will be times in your life where you'd rather hide or run or bury your head in the sand than face whatever challenge is in your way. Haven't we all been there at some point in our lives? Unfortunately, none of us are immune to tragedy, and you feel as if though you are running on a track, fast-paced, struggling to catch your breath. How about in those moments? You remember to be brave and show courage in the face of failure and difficulty. But don't sunsets remind us that some endings can be beautiful too?
Yep, we are back, and it's good, it's nice, and you're hanging out here with me, Andrew. Monday to Friday, we have a good time over here. It's Relax Radio, and I'm sure you're probably having a good time from wherever you are. I mean, if you are not here live with us, you probably get hold of this later on the page, Relax Radio. But otherwise, you can also access us on the app. You could download the app and on iOS and Android. Yes, Android, and you can fill up the comment section and engage with us and have a little fun with us. You know, it's Andrew, Relax Radio, and we continue to have fun. Yes, I was saying. So the idea was for people to go all the way to Rwanda and seek asylum from there, and find their way out, and it's a crazy thing because we was having conversation with people at the detention center and saying how it's terrifying for them just being at the detention center. So the thought of then being taken to another place, uh, you know, nobody, some they don't even know where Rwanda is. They're like, no, it's in Africa. What? you know, it's somewhere in East Africa. People live there, and Mr. Kigame said, "You guys can come through, and we can keep you, and you guys have a good time." Do you see the play the houses of where there was designated for people that's coming from over here so that they can go stay over there? It's like a nice little compound, and I would actually want to hear what people from Rwanda would thought about the whole situation, because it's an interesting topic, and it's interesting information and everything. Say, how do people come here? Because it's like, back in the days when during the imperialism time, colonialism time, when people misbehaved in England, and then they'll be sent to Africa to you know go become soldiers there, or just go become go live there, and eventually they got a piece of land and settled there, and had a good time and benefited a lot from and so it's all the crazy stuff about colonialism, but for another day, because we're dealing with the situation that you come in here to England, because we in England, we in London, UK at the moment, East London. So those that are joining us from anywhere in the world, this is where I am, and but understand that we are also available in Bangladesh, and we're also here. And what we're saying was, how how does one decide to say, because it all came from Brexit, and Brexit said, we want to stand alone from the European Union because we want to control our borders. But because of the way we think and the way people think, it's like, no, we want to control our borders, so we want to come out of this because there's people coming from using Europe as a way to come into this country, and it's not fair, so we want to control our borders. So now those that are coming through, because one of the guys is from Albania, and he was saying how um he's from Albania, and he was coming here. He was actually trafficked, like some human trafficking involved. So they it took him to France. Listen to this story. He's from Albania. He was taken into France and through human trafficking, and then with all that human trafficking, he ended up in the north of France. And then what then happened was, from there, he was taken to England on a boat. On a boat. So this is where fresh off the boat comes from. On a boat, get on a boat, and it's freezing cold at you get from France to England. You get here, and then you get on with life. But things are different, and but then your immigration status is talking to you, and this guy says, I've got a child in England, so why take me to Rwanda? So this is how the whole situation is a bit bizarre, because it's like, how does it get to this? I mean, England, I've got a child, how are you taking me back to Rwanda? And he said, oh, even my family over in Albania are freaking out, because it's like, you guys are planning to take me to Rwanda. They don't even know that place. Is how you gonna be sending us money? And I've got a child over here. It's crazy like that. But it's a lot to take in. And this other guy was saying, oh yeah, if if you guys want to take me to Rwanda, it's gonna be a problem, because being in Rwanda, Kagame is cool with the no. He's from Iraq. Is it Iraq? Or I think it's Iran. Yeah. You were saying it's gonna be a problem if you take me to Rwanda, because those guys are cool with my countrymen. I left there because there was a situation where I was with the political people, and my brother was killed, and my other brother was sentenced to 30 years in prison. So if you guys gonna take me to Rwanda, they're gonna say, listen, us and and Iran are cool, so you can go back to Iran. He was like, no, I'm not having this. I'm not going on a plane. I'm not going on a plane. I'm not going on a plane for nobody. I remember I came here. I joined my mom in when I was 16, and it was always crazy, because being coming from an African mom, and life as we know it, and for those that know it, is every time you misbehaved, you were told you're gonna be taken back home. Listen, we're gonna take you back home. First flight back. But later on, when you think about it, it's it became crazy, because it's like, when you grow up, you start to realize, no, you know what, this is just a threat, because it means if you're gonna send me back home, it means flight ticket. 2, you're gonna have to look after me while I'm down there. I don't think that's what you want. And 2, you just want me to behave, So it was a crazy situation, and that's life, and we continue to live. Oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy, and it's so many. It's like, how am I going to be coming from Vietnamese? Right, listen to this. I'm coming from Vietnamese. I'm coming to England. I'm going to be taken to Rwanda. How how is that logic? I'm coming. So that's why the European union people say, nah, this is not going to work, because what you're saying is you can't look after your own problems. What does it mean? How are you going to give somebody else your responsibility and look after your own problems? That's why yesterday, you seen the guys on the road and saying, "Oh yeah, no flight, no nothing, no," Mhm. Because at the end of the day, it's like saying there's somebody coming to do something. That's coming. There's somebody who wants to come and stay over at the house, and they're seeking refugee over here. And then you say that, no, you know what, you guys go next door. They know you. They don't know the people next door. But yeah, that's when the pressure is on the big guy to say, this is what you applied for. You said you want to control your borders. And they're saying at least this year, I think 2020, no, 2021, I think about 30,000 people came in the country searching for refugee. And some people are not even in the numbers, because some of them, they were on the boat, yes, but some of them didn't get, some of them go off the boat and decided, what, we're gonna make our way. And then they're out there somewhere, working for Boss John. John is just exploiting cheap labor, because the gentlemen probably don't have rightful status to work, so they work for peanuts. And that's what happens. But what can you do? That's life as we know it. Mm. Those are the challenges in life and situations. It's interesting how uh you think you come into England to have a better life, and you find yourself in circumstances. And but it all comes with the mind, because it's I mean, we're all global citizens, but it needs us to find ourselves in situations that we comfortable with. I mean, you can move somebody from a certain place, and there's people that are out there who are doctors, and who are actually working in certain jobs that you would never think they would. I mean, but sometimes this life is we make it, and there's nothing much we can do, but we can only try. We can only try. hmm You know, such is life, and you're hanging out with Andrew. Um, it's hot up in here, and it's the summer is out, and I hope y'all are not thinking to go. Y'all are going someplace nice, and I always say, no, how you gonna find yourself as an African saying, I'm gonna go to Africa in the summer of England? Go take a trip down in December time and go spend Christmas with your family. You know, other than you being here, then you're not utilizing the little summer that you can get from England, and then you're going home. Mm. And then you want to stay here, and you want to go out there in our summer, in the England summer, and then you go Africa, and then you decide, no, you're gonna be here for in time for winter. You know, it's enjoy the sun. I mean, everybody wants the sun. Some people out there walking, just the bikinis and the bum shots, and we see you in the streets, having a good time. You wanting to go back to the Garden of Eden. you know, but and that's life, and we we enjoy life in so many ways, and sometimes if it doesn't work, and you're out there trying to look good, and you show up in your bikinis, and you got your skinny legs, and but anyway, let's go on a short break and try to rejuvenate ourselves and get some energy to for the last pull of the show, the last 15 minutes of the show.
Through the eyes of the megaminds of our time. The Diagnosis. A pro analysis. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Relax Radio.
Yep. Yes, it's Andrew. It's Relax Radio, and we have a good time over here. So never forget that, because life is nice, and it's always nice, and we have a good time. Stay nice, and all is well, and if we don't have a good time, then we do not cease to exist, because if you ain't having a good time, you in your Hachi World coconut head, and it's tough. I mean, the sun is out now, and we are having a good time as always. And it's Andrew on Relax Radio, Monday to Friday. It's the Lunchman Show from 12 to 2, and we are available on the app, and as well as we are available on the app, and streaming live and all our social networks, for you to have access to us and see what we do and when we do and how we do, and we educate, inform, and entertain, and in the mix of things, we still have a good time, because we have a good time. Yep. That's my theme song. Anyway, it's sunny outside, and the Wimbledon is about to be available, and I hope you guys are looking at getting your tickets so that you can go out there and have a good time on the sun, and it's tennis. If you don't like tennis, I don't know, because I enjoy it so much, and I hope everybody else enjoys it so much. I mean, it's good, it's nice, and it's from the 27th of June to the 10th of July. So I hope you out there and thinking of getting yourself to Wimbledon. Over here in London, we're not having much challenge to get there. So if you're somewhere in England, find yourself there and have a good time. If you ain't got money, you can just watch from the big screen. And if you want, you can just get in the graveyard and watch it from there, because I think you can check on the big screen from there. And then I mean, Serena Williams is on, so but I'm not so sure if she's gonna win this time. It says, in as much as she's got herself 23 champion, then 22 things, trophies into the Wimbledon, and I think it's this time around. I mean, her coach told her that, listen, if you're gonna come for practice, I'm gonna leave. And she didn't come. So that was the end of it. It's just a year ago. I mean, a few months ago, we was watching King Richard, and he said, "If you're not gonna come practice, I'm gonna leave. Like this is gonna be it." And that was it. You know, what can you do? I mean, it's the Wimbledon. I mean, but then when it comes to that, and when you find yourself in a situation where how sometimes you're talking to your partner, is you know what? I don't want you anymore. Okay, do you want me to leave or not? Oh man. So you say now if I mean Serena Williams, and if you're not gonna if you're hoping she comes, and then she decides I'm not gonna come, and that's it. That's it. You know, you continue to get by. I mean, because he was saying already that if he was already contemplating of not coaching anymore, and when that happened, I thought he probably got the excuse to leave, and but I'm sure those guys end up sometimes we overlook these things, and sometimes the player is the player because of the coach. But what we say is what we see is just the player, and then we forget that there's someone behind them, and that's made them who they've become, and this is it. Like it's crazy like that. But you know, Serena Williams, it's Serena Williams because she's became Serena Williams through it's people overlook this, but then success is got so many parents, but failure is an orphan because we don't want you to fail. But because I mean, as a parent, I mean, you go to somebody to get this and that to get to the finishing point, and then having gone to the finishing point, it's like when you're showing gratitude, you then go back to these people, say, what, thank you for the pound that you gave me to make that payment, and now I'm rich. you know but then the question is, if I come to you and say, listen, can you borrow me 10 pounds? I need to go for a job interview. And then I go for the job interview and get the job, and now I become rich. I pay you back your 10 pounds. I don't owe you nothing. That's the thing. But people, by doing that, they feel the entitlement to say, I made you. Without my 10 pounds, you wouldn't. Hey, listen, I paid you back. you know. At that moment in time, there was nobody else who would have given you the. Hey, listen, I paid you back. Let's not try and be um gain ownership over money that you borrowed. Come on, you know, you know. But such as us, man, in society, and people people are so lazy to think. They would rather judge, and people are so entitled with everything. So it's from time to time you need to make them aware of their place, and you know you're not entitled to um, things that you didn't work for. So that's why we need to continue to work hard and not be lazy people. Because if you're gonna work hard, you can I'm entitled to anything that's in my name. I'm entitled to that, but I'm not entitled to things that are in your name or things. It's a title. So as these things that come under titles. So we need to learn that so that we don't confuse ourselves, because one minute you think one minute you think you you're entitled to something, then next thing you realize that um you're not. I mean, you need to put a ring on it, and then if you put a ring on it, then you're entitled to say this is my woman or this is my man. But if you ain't got no title, me you on the other side. Yeah. So we need to be able to understand this, because sometimes you know we get ahead of ourselves and think, no, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled to that, and this is what it's become, where people think I'm entitled to this because of maybe um, you gave me this for you to achieve that. Um, no, you just gave me, and that's where it ends, and that's, you know what I mean. That's where we stop, and this is how it goes. And if I borrowed you money to buy a car, now you feel freaking you're entitled for me to just uh, you, call you at any one point, say listen, we're going to the club. I'm at the club, come and pick me up. Nah, no, guys, you know it doesn't work like that. It's you're in the club, you've decided to go to the club, ask me nicely, maybe I might come. Just give me the room to say no. Because you ain't entitled to that car. I own the car because I bought the car and paid you back. So don't go out there being entitled. You know. If single ladies. It's interesting when I speak to some of my friends who are not married, and it's like they're going through disputes with their partners, and like, I can actually leave this person. It gets to me, just think, so is this how you people think? Are you not working towards gay marriage? Or you getting the title? You know what I mean? It's like, I can leave this guy. You say it's not like we're married. It's not like we're married. Oh man. And some married guys will be saying, yeah, divorce is inevitable. You can. It's like, why did you put yourself in? But hey, such is life. You live and you learn. You're here locked up in um, Relax Radio, and we have a good time over here. So tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, and have a good time with us. For now, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Andrew, Relax Radio, Monday to Friday. Peace out.
Through the eyes of the megaminds of our time. The Diagnosis. A pro analysis. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Relax Radio. through the eyes of the megaminds of our time. The Diagnosis. A pro analysis. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Relax Radio.